In this tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to turn off hyphens in InDesign at 3 different levels: text box, document, and the InDesign program. Let's take a look at turning off hyphens for individual text boxes. If we press T for the type tool, we can click and drag to create a text box. Inside this text box, we can go down to type, fill with placeholder text, and then really quickly I'm going to press Command or Control A to select all and just make this type a little bit bigger so we can see it easier. You can see that we have hyphens here on the edge. That's why you came to this video. You want to turn those off. So if we click on this text box and look in our properties panel, which changes all the time, but if you have this properties panel open and you find paragraph, you'll find hyphenate right here. If you don't see hyphenate, it may be because these options aren't showing. So if you click the 3 dots, it'll expand this paragraph panel. Also, you can go up to window and then down to type, and then from here you can go to paragraph, and that's going to open up the paragraph panel. One more spot, there's actually a type drop down where you can find paragraph here as well. So many ways to get to the paragraph panel just to get to this little checkbox that says hyphenate. So we can turn off the hyphenation for this one text box. If we duplicate this, it'll keep it turned off. If we create a new text box, you'll notice that this text box we have, and we can just type in here, has hyphenate check mark. So what if you want every new text box in this document to not have that? Well, you need to turn it off without having any text boxes selected. So if we delete this one, which had hyphenate, this one does not have hyphenate, but look, once I click off, the paragraph options for the entire document are to have it default on. So if we click this here without having any text boxes selected, and then we press T for that type tool, create a new text box, this text box starts with hyphenate off. But if we were to exit out of this document and open up a new document, look, hyphenate is back on. So how do we make this default? If you want InDesign to default to having hyphenate off, you only want it on when you want it on, well, we need to exit out of this document and make sure we're not inside of any document at all. You can stay here on this new document panel, go up to type, down to paragraph. This is going to open up all the tools without opening up an actual project or document. And you'll notice again, paragraph, because we went to type down to paragraph, it popped that open, and hyphenate is check marked. So if we uncheck that, we can actually exit out of InDesign. So if I go and I quit InDesign, Command Q, I'm not sure what it is on Windows. I don't think it's Control Q, but it could be. Now we're completely exited out, so we can go back into InDesign. It's going to load up here. Then we're going to select a new document. I'm just going to click this quick little template, the 8.5 by 11 letter size right here. It's going to open up this new document, and look at that paragraph panel. If it's not open, you know where to find it. Hyphenate is unchecked. So the entire document, if we press T for the type tool, is not going to create hyphenated, and I'll fill this in with placeholder text. There are not going to be hyphens in this document or in any document open because we just adjusted the default Illustrator settings. By the way, that's how you adjust the default settings for anything in, I said Illustrator, I meant InDesign. I don't know how many times I did that, but in InDesign, anything you change without a document open will adjust the default settings of how your documents open. So there may be some other things you want to tweak, but just be careful what you change because that's going to be across every InDesign document you open. But that's how to get rid of hyphens here in InDesign.